Hey guys, it's Kudo, and I'm doing a very different video. For the first time, I'm going to show you how I set up my bullet journal slash traveler's notebook, whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to show you the old one, the one I had for a year and a half that I really didn't put any effort into when it comes to decorating. I just made it this was more of like a functional thing to help me keep track of my TV shows and so forth. But this is my newer one. You probably have seen my process video. If you haven't, check that out if you want to see how I decorated this. So let's get this started. I'm going to show you how I set up my old one, so you'll really see. I mean, there's a huge difference, and I'm really proud of my current one so far. Anyway, so this is my old one. I started September 2016, and I had a really, I think maybe August, about a month break in between July 2017 and September. But this lasted me up to December 2017. So this is 75 pages long. And when it came to decorating the front, I didn't really put any effort into it because I just didn't like, I don't like rolled paper, wide rolled paper. I just don't. I'm more of a college ruled girl or a grid girl. So, and you're probably wondering, okay, if you don't like that, why do you have it? Okay, so on Amazon, I wanted to get into Traveler's Notebook, and the Traveler's Notebook that I ordered already had two random notebooks in it, one in craft and one in this wide ruled line. So I didn't want to waste this. I didn't want to, just give it away, or because I wanted to, I needed a planner. So I didn't want to waste it, and as you can see here, it's a bit plain. I did use a little bit of color once in a while, but not all the time. But most of the time I use black, and I would stamp out the week and the day and month. And like I said, I use this mostly for my TV shows, not really finance stuff or anything that's really important. Not all the time, just TV shows, or like upload a YouTube video, stuff that just weren't that important to me. When it came to the very important stuff, we do have a calendar on the fridge that we write everything on that calendar, so it's right there in front of us. Because if it's something that's really important, I want it right in front of me, not like somewhere where it's closed and I don't look at it all the time. But with this one, I didn't look at it all the time. It was just a place for me to just keep my shows in check and so forth. So I mean, it got really messy towards the end because, like I said, I didn't want to waste it. So I'm glad that I used all the pages. And this is something that I'm probably going to throw out or see what, I don't know. Because I also had some topics in here. Like topics for Traveler's Notebook, scrapbook brands to stick with, and so forth. So that's something I might like rip out and keep somewhere else. But other than that, like, I didn't really put any effort into this. I just used it to not waste it. So getting into the new, better version of my Traveler's Notebook. Now there are some things I kept the same. There's some things I added. So you'll see subtle differences or big differences. But the big difference obviously is I put more effort into decorating the cover of my Traveler's Notebook. Because I do have these very thin scrapbook papers from Paper Studio, and they're 8.5 by 11. And I didn't want to waste them, so especially this pretty purple zebra print, because for some reason purple is the color of the year in the scrapbook world, and I really do want to see purple in more of my layouts. That's why I really use purple as my main color for my cover, and for the color scheme in the this Traveler's Notebook that I'm using. So for the index, it's still the same process of just listing the month, year, what pages. I still have like random stuff like wish list, goals, crochet ideas, and so forth. But the difference is I did decorate a little bit using my the Simple Stories Bliss sticker tablet. And the reason why I stuck with this instead of using the mini one is because this really went with the color scheme I was going with in the beginning, like I said. Now the small one, like the calendar stickers, I know they would fit perfectly in the boxes that you'll see later on in my calendars. But like I said, I just stuck with this for the color scheme. So you'll see later on what troubles I have, or I guess one trouble I have with that. Anyway, so yeah, so I'm decorating a little bit more. And here I have this little sticky note where if I, like, it's only February, so I have dates here like Scrapbook Expo, registration dates in March, April, and then I have like a TV show that's going to be in March, so that's something that I like to put here in the front. So when the month comes, when I start decorating, I just add those in so I don't have to forget. Anyways, so what I added that I didn't do before is calendars. I do like to have a calendar. I noticed that to have an overview of the whole month, because if I'm looking for, if I just need to look at what day, like when's December 12th or whatnot, I can just look at the calendar and be like, oh, it's on a Tuesday. So if I'm looking at a particular week, then I'll go to that week. But I definitely like to have a calendar for each month. And I did hand draw this. I didn't use any stamps whatsoever. I did use stamping for the weeks. So, but the thing is, I did change, because I noticed how plain this was, because I used all black ink. So I did change it up towards the end of using the color. Oh, before I forget, for each month, because like I mentioned before, I do want to use my gel pens because I have a lot of gel pens. So each month is going to be a different color. And so for December, it was a blue color. So that's why I started doing that, like writing in whatever special days in that month's color. And here on this side, I do have space to write a list. Like for here in December, I had a Christmas wish list that I just listed. So I'm going to go to this week so you can see. So I started last week decorating using my stickers and so forth. Now with the stamping, when it comes to the Kelly Purkey stamp set, the shopping list, oh no, where is that? So like I mentioned before, this paper here is very thin, and if I were to stamp directly on it, it would bleed through, because I use dye ink. I use the Kelly Purkey dye inks. So what I did was I have a box of these sticker labels, and I would just stamp directly and make multiples, like 12 each. And it's just there for me to like cut out when I need it. Like for last week, I ordered online, and I would put the shipping and then the charge and then the delivery day is my favorite, because I just like putting that little box on top of the delivery date, and it just looks good with the color combo there. But yeah, it's just for me to remind myself, like, how much did I pay? So for the credit card, I did it in red, so because they're taking money from you. So anyway, so I would write in the price of how much I paid for the item, and then when it comes to the green piggy bank, it's a positive thing, so it tells me that Etsy is going to send me money, because they send money once a week whenever you get orders. And also from the sticker tablet, I did add this little envelope to remind me to mail an Etsy order. And before I forget, I do have an Etsy sale going on for the next 2 weeks, from February 1 to February 14. If you want to check that out, it's a 10% off sale, minimum purchase of $4.45, so it's a really good deal, so take advantage of that, guys. Anyway, so yeah, so I have this delivery truck to remind me that it was shipped, and then there's like the ship, the charge, And I did add another sticker from the tablet that says busy, 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 and you know, just these little elements, and it looks so cute. It looks really nice, and I really like this method. Now I know why a lot of planner girls just love to add that stuff, because I didn't do this in my previous Traveler's Notebook, because I felt like you were wasting stickers, because it's a planner, you're going to throw it out in the next year. But now that memory planning is starting to become a big thing, that's something I want to try out as well, maybe next year. So this is our current week, and I'm still doing the same thing here. And when it comes to, if there's a week where there's 2 different months, I'll do both that color of January and then I'll use that color of February, so I don't get confused. So I can tell that there's a break, like, oh, this is a new month here because it's a different color. And I'm still doing the same thing where I'm writing my TV shows, or I'll write like you know, my mom and my brother are coming home from California, and then there's an asterisk that says like to add a coupon. Like the asterisk tells me it's something I need to do. So I'm trying to do that more in my Traveler's Notebook, is adding stuff that I need to do. So this is actually in a very dark forest green gel pen. It does kind of look black on the screen, but it's a dark green gel pen. So that was like a coupon that I added, but not yesterday, it was today. So here in the notes section, I did do this in my older one, in my last year one. So if I have a lot of space, I'll write notes, and then like if during that week, if I have other stuff that I need to do or add, I can just put it under here if I run out of space on that particular day. Like for here on Monday, if I have something on Monday that I need to do, that I need to add, I'll just put it down here. And another thing is, before I would have my weeks on 2 pages, but now I really prefer my weeks into 1 page, because I want to make my Traveler's Notebook last as long as possible, so I don't have to think about buying it every year. Like I can just buy it. Like if this will last me a year and a half like my previous one, I'll be pretty happy, because I know there's some planner girls that like to buy their next year pretty early. But me, I'm like more of a last minute kind of girl. So this is just something that I just prefer to do. I know some planner girls, they like to have a 2-page spread, have a lot of space to write. But with me, like I said, I usually use this mostly for my TV shows. But now that I'm adding more stuff, like when it comes to Etsy, comes to YouTube, comes to ordering or shopping online, yeah, maybe 2 pages would have been a little bit better. But I mean, it still works out for me, because these stickers don't really take a lot of space. So February, I kept the same style of the calendar with the list on the side, but for March, I changed it up to a wider calendar to see if those square stickers, those calendar stickers, will fit in these boxes, so I don't have to cut it up. Because that's the one thing I don't like with this sticker tablet when it comes to my Traveler's Notebook, is that the square stickers are a little bit big, so I have to cut them to size. Here, I don't know if I showed you the January one. Hold on. You see a better example. So here, I used some of the stickers, and I really like how this looks. I understand, like, I completely get, I really do get why planner girls really love to use their stickers in their planners. So it really makes it look pretty and encouraging, like these little quotes here. So, but anyways, like I said, I had to cut them to size to make them fit in the calendar boxes that I drew. So that's probably the only thing I don't like doing. But other than that, I mean, it's coming out really nicely. I like how the colors are changing every month, and just adding stickers and stuff like that. I really love it. And yeah, that's how I do my bullet journal. So if you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up, like, comment below, and I will possibly do a plan with me just to see how that goes. or do a first time plan with me video. But anyways, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.